Hello folks, I'd like to introduce Dontbug, which is a reversible debugger for PHP in this short demo. So let's see how this works. I have already installed Dontbug in advance. I have out here a normal terminal window. Let me navigate to a specific folder. This is the Drupal 8.2 folder, and you can see some PHP files here. This folder actually has a full installation of Drupal 8.2, which is a PHP based content management system. I'm just using it as an example out here. Obviously, you could have used any other PHP software to show the debugging abilities of Dontbug. So let's get started. The first thing that we need to understand in Dontbug is that we first record the execution of a PHP script and then we replay that back in the debugger. So let's just do some recording. So Dontbug goes and does some stuff, starts up the PHP built-in web server, and it tells me that I can navigate to this URL. And you can see that I am on the Drupal homepage, and I can click on other links and I could go on. Every time I click a link, I am adding to my recording. So I don't want to do this more. I just want to do a very limited demo. So I'm going to end my recording here. And now that the recording is complete, I'm done with Firefox. I can close it. Now, out here you see PHP Storm, which is a PHP IDE, one that I particularly like. You could do this in other IDEs like NetBeans, Eclipse, PDT, etc. So the first thing I need to do is start listening for debugging connections. That worked. And now I replay the recording that I just made. You can see that Dontbug has connected to PHP Storm. I can see some variables out here. Let me step forward and step in. So till now you've not seen anything that you've seen before. Um, let's change that. So right now we are in the handle function and we are in this statement, prepare statement out here. Actually, I don't want to keep debugging forwards. I want to go back to a particular statement. I want to go back to this statement, boot environment. And for that, I place Dontbug in the reverse mode. And you can see that I'm just stepping backwards. Great. I reached the boot environment function that I wanted to. I put myself in forward mode and let me start stepping inside this function and investigating what happens in this function. So pretty much everything that you could do in forward mode you can do in reverse mode. Let's just take another example. You see out here the button which says run to cursor. I'm currently here. I place my cursor here and I want to run back to the statement. This is in the past, so I put myself into reverse mode. I press this button and indeed it jumps back, it runs back out here. So now let's see something else. Let's go back to the index.php file and let's place a breakpoint out here. Note that we're somewhere inside here and we need to run backwards and hit the breakpoint. So we make sure that we are in reverse mode. Yes, we are. Then press the play button. So the play button is actually showing you that it's going to play forward. That's just the icon. But since we're in reverse mode, the play forward is actually uh, playing backwards. This can get a little confusing, but if you're ever confused, you can just press H help and it sort of gives you some help out here. It's not formatted nicely because the terminal is very narrow. So coming back, we've placed a breakpoint out here, which is in the past, and we want to run backwards and see if we hit the breakpoint. Indeed, I ran backwards and now it's hit this breakpoint. So this is really the short demo for reverse debugging. And if you take a moment, you can understand that this opens a whole new world of debugging for you. It will help you understand large code bases. It will help you uh, home in on your bugs much faster than the traditional methods in which you're constantly only doing forward debugging. So let me stop the debugger. Let me stop listening for debugging connections on PHP Storm. Let me exit out. Before I go, I want to show you how debugging would work in another debugger like NetBeans. Um, we've already done the recording. We don't need to do that again. So let me just start the debugger. NetBeans insists on opening a Firefox window. We don't really need this because our recording is already done. So we just close this. NetBeans is waiting for a debugging connection. We type in Dontbug replay. They should connect to NetBeans. And it does. So we can step forwards. Let's see some variables. Again, this is what you've seen before. Let's put ourselves in reverse mode. The step over button actually now means step over backwards because we are in reverse mode. And we're stepping backwards now. So hopefully you get the picture. You can do reverse debugging, forward debugging, setting breakpoints, inspecting variables, and so forth. The kind of things that you are used to doing in forward mode, almost all of those things you can do in reverse mode.